Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Jacobo, and this will be my first YouTube video podcast. I'm not sure, but this will be the first one. And this is called the Name That Podcast. So let me start about me. Let me introduce myself. Again, my name is Victor Jacobo. My occupation is I'm an accountant. That's my career. This is what I study for. I'm an accountant. And the very first topic I want to discuss is overtime worth it? And the reason want to start with is with this question in my very first podcast is as an accountant or as an accountant as a career, accountants do a lot of overtime. Accounting is a deadline driven career. So there's always overtime throughout the year. And that is the reason why I want to start with this question. Is the overtime worth it? So I created a list of pros and cons. The only pro for overtime that I was able to think at this time was more money. That's it. Just more money. I can't think of any other reason. That being said, there's problems with this pro, and let's get into that. So I found three cons for the overtime. Is the overtime it has to be consistent for in order for overtime to be worth it. You have to do so many hours. It can't just be 2, 5 throughout the week. It has to be 15 to 20 hours more per week, and not just a week. It has to be on a continuous basis, week in, week out. You have to be doing the overtime in order for it to be worth it. I don't know about you, but that's a long time I don't want to spend at work, and that's why I put it as a negative. The other con is there's a burnout at work. After you do after you do so many hours throughout the year of overtime, you're gonna start feeling the burnout. And trust me, it is not fun. You're not productive and you're just mad all the time. You wish you were out of there. And trust me, burnout creeps up real quick. So that's a major burnout, or that's a major con. And then there's the third con, and I had multiple aspects of this that I experienced and that I see my other work coworkers experience this. But like I said, I will speak mostly on my behalf. Is that we neglect our personal lives for doing overtime. So yes, I don't think overtime is worth it for these three reasons and sub reasons. We neglect the personal life, and neglecting the personal life includes health, passion, and family. So let me back up for a little bit. When I, especially now, since I started my career as an auditor at the beginning of my kind of accounting career, I did so much overtime. And to this day, I continue to do overtime at every place I have worked. So now let's move to last year. Um, at my current job, this is where I experience now that I'm older health problems. I neglected my personal life, and that as a consequence, I developed personal health problems. When I first got here to San Diego, uh, for whatever reason, I developed or not develop. It's just a bad, what's it called? There was a while for like maybe like a month where I couldn't see from my eyes. I was seeing blurry, and it was not fun. It was not fun. I was scared. I couldn't see it. My neighbor, thankfully, he helped me out a lot. He drove me to work, and he brought me back, and he helped me with the dishes or running errands. He even made me some food. So if it wasn't for him, I'd probably been, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to think about it. But I didn't learn my lesson at that time, which led to more health problems. In October 25th to 2024, or 2024, October 25th to 2024, I had surgery. My gallbladder was removed. I didn't know that at the time that I was developing uh, gallbladder or gallstones, but I was having pain throughout the year. I was actually eating some ice cream, and next thing I know, I was having pain in my stomach. And on October 25th, where I thought the pain had disappeared out of nowhere at 11 at night, I start getting this pain, which was so unbearable that I literally started crying. And I wasn't sobbing, but there was tears coming out of my eyes, and I kind of was hunched because of the pain, and I drove like that to the hospital. And there they told me that they were going to do surgery because I had gallstones. And I was like, well, I don't want to have gallstones, and this is what I get for not being able to cook or take care of myself, for not putting my boundaries between me and my work. So let me backtrack or continue. So doing all these overtime hours, one of the things that I was neglecting was my eating real food. I was going in at 7 in the morning, and I was leaving around 10 at night each day, Monday through Friday, and times on Saturday. So I neglecting cooking real food. I was eating out every single day, and that's what caused my health problems. I didn't think of anything about the time because I was young and I didn't think I was gonna get anything. But because I wanted to get out of debt and have some money in my bank account, I neglected this aspect of my life, and I wish now that I didn't. I wish I would have taken the time to cook real meals, the time to enjoy life, and not go through the surgery. The second point, or the second con, or the third con in the second point of the third con, is that we lose our passions. At work, we're always complaining. If I had more time, if I wasn't working overtime, I would be doing this, I would be doing that. But the shocking part is that when we did have a day off, I didn't know how to spend it. My coworkers didn't know how to spend it. When we had have these conversations, we were like, yeah, it would be better if we was continue working. And that's when I realized, like, hey, no, I don't know what I want to do because I'm always at work. This is stripping me from my passions. And to put it into perspective, when I moved to San Diego, I came here for a couple reasons. I can't think of all of them on top of my head, but for the major reasons that I moved down here is just so I could go enjoy the perfect weather, should we say, of San Diego. That's why I moved here. One of the reasons, at least, to enjoy the perfect weather, to go out to the beach, talk to more beautiful girls, to become a soccer coach. That's the second reason, to become a soccer coach. as a career. And when I moved here and got this job, I was doing almost 13, 12-hour shifts every single day. And I neglected my passion. And when I did have the day off, I didn't know what to do with that day off. I was stuck looking through Instagram, YouTube videos, putting in a movie, and I wasn't even enjoying the movie I was watching. And like I said, when I was having these conversations with my coworkers, that's when I realized that not something had to change. And now I'm doing this where I want to make this part of my life. I want to learn the secrets of this, of interacting through either virtually, getting my thoughts out of my head, and interacting with more people. That's what I find meaning in. And that's why I want to be a soccer coach. The third con, how the the third bullet of the third con is neglecting my family. When I got here, I stopped seeing my family for that year and a half. I was only I only visited my family probably during Christmas time, and they came once or twice. And when they came, I was still working. So yeah, that was pretty sad. And the only other time when I saw them was when I was in the hospital getting ready for surgery. Now, to be completely honest, and this has, yeah, I wish that never happened, but not everything was bad for moving here in Sacramento to San Diego or doing overtime. Um, I guess the little time I did have on my personal life, I wanted to meet more people, more girls, especially, or women, should I say. So I ended up joining a church group and I started opening or being more active in, I guess, dating apps. And believe it or not, through the church group and the dating sites or apps, I met my fiance. But even then, that was limited to the amount how much I would see my fiance or my girlfriend at the time because I had work. I was doing all this for overtime. And now that I'm engaged, I want to put a pause on the overtime and enjoy my time with my family, getting my passions back, making sure I prioritize my health more than anything else, more than spending time with my family, more than my passions. I want to prioritize my health because if we don't have health, we don't have anything. So that's everything I want to share, the pros and cons of if overtime is worth it. Frankly, I don't think it's worth it. You should only do overtime for a small period of time if you have a goal in mind, if you have an objective. But that's about it. Life is too short to be continue working for the same employer day in, day out, from sunrise to sunset. No, we should not do overtime. At least that's my personal opinion. And this is where I'm putting some boundaries on my own, in my own life too. But I do have some other suggestions of what I'm doing and probably what you should be doing in your personal time. Let me see if I can find this. I guess we all want to do overtime to have more money. At least that's the assumption I'm taking for this video. But my recommendations is, you know, if we want to make money, we need to start behaving like a business. We need to start saving like a business. We need to start acting like a business. And what I mean by this is, and probably we'll go into more details at in a later video about these topics. I am an accountant, so I do see the bank accounts of each company I have worked for or the clients I have done the accounting for. And I guess a little quick recap on this is each company has different bank accounts for each purpose. For example, right now where I work out, the company has a operating account, they have a payroll account, they have an investment bank account, they have a savings account, and all these have a purpose. And each month they put money into these accounts, and each month they grow. So if there's any advice that you guys want to take on this or that I want to give you guys is start opening new bank accounts. Put money for these type of goals that you guys have. It's a lot easier to have these stuff, set them up, and they'll be automatic once you set them up. The hard part is going to be surviving on the money that you want, on the rest of the money. And you could do it. That means that you're not going to go out there, have fun, or go out drink, but you're going to be focusing on investing your or spending your time, or should I say, investing your time in developing yourself. Start behaving like a company. See, all these companies have different departments, so you want to act like these departments. If you're an accountant, start behaving like a sales manager, like an HR manager or HR department, should I say, sales department. You want to get better at public speaking. You want to become a problem solver. You want to be like a manager where you want to manage your assets. But like again, you want to start reading some books and putting not just reading them, but actually have a dialogue with with the information, with the author, with their point of view. You want to question those books and put them into your life. If they're good points, put them into your life. But like I said, this is that instead of out there spending money, you want to invest your money into this so you can start developing your skill, your professionalism. Um, that's that's all I have for right now. Like I said, I want to go more into detail into this subject, but that will be in a later video. Right now, I want to stop here. Um, yes, I want to stop here, and we'll see if this will be the first of many videos to come. Thank you very much.